Hey YouTube, 3D Printing Life, take 2 here because the first try was way too wordy. I just want to go over my 3-up upgrade kit, the progress of it, estimated cost, estimated completion date, and all that sort of stuff. First of all, as you guys know, first attempt, really not that bad. The complaints I had were all pretty minor, but I don't want to make an unfinished product and then release it out there for you guys. I know this is, it's really going to be like a DIY kind of thing, even though it's going to look nice, I hope. But I do want it to be as finished as possible when I release it and when I start making kits. I don't want there to be too much that has to be upgraded on your own, like with the current 2-up. So, upgrades I plan on doing. First of all, this guy was supposed to have side bracing, but he didn't, so that's going to be put on there. Of course, this is also going to be shrunk down a bit, lengthwise, but width is going to be the same, whereas this accompanying piece will be shrunken down the same amount, of course. These guys, holes will be moved a little bit closer, and then this top part will be cut out, and it will do a belt or a clamp style instead of the current set screw thing. I will go into the computer after this to show you some of the models. This is going to be adjusted, this little triangle is going to be removed, and it's going to be made compatible with these guys to make it even stronger, because now you will have, and it'll look cooler too, because it'll be like silver, black, silver. This will be sandwiched in there, pushing it against the extrusions like so, and it will make it very strong, and it will make it even more square, which is good. And then the motors, these mounting holes will all be shifted a tiny bit closer to the extrusion so that the motor is pushed up against the extrusions for strength. And that's really the main changes. Oh, and all these things, these obnoxious little things, they're going away forever. Because what I plan to do is make a sort of 2-part plastic piece that sandwiches the bearing and completely encloses the bearing. Let me show you what I mean. Alright, so here is the model so far. So these are the new bearings. Let's see if it'll focus. There we go. So as you can see, they're completely encased now. You can't even see the bearing. It's in there though. So it'll still spin just fine because there's holes in these things, and then shaft and whatnot. So that'll just be fine. Don't worry about that. It'll just look nicer, and it will hopefully be quieter too, because those old bearings tended to rattle a bit when it moved. Now going in here, got the new belt clamp. As you can see, 2 parts. So it'll print the same, except just without this top piece here with the bearing holders, and those will bolt down with 6 bolts. As you can see, there's the holes. That's the new thing. This is the bracket. I made it transparent so you can see, and then it'll just bolt right on there. And then this guy, as you can see, looks quite a bit shorter, and it is about 15 millimeters shorter now, which is definitely going to be good for weight. But also the stepper motor should be closer to center now, so it should prevent torquing even more, despite the fact that these are closer together. Also the fact that these are clamped now, it should strengthen the hold on these rods a bit more, which is always good. And that's really it. For the Z tray, I plan on using 4 extrusions to make a square, and then having a rod and a threaded rod on each side, separated by about 2 inches, and have a single belt with the motor centered in the back here, have the belt loop around, and have a little tensioning system that you can adjust, since it will be a closed loop. So you'll need a way to add tension to the belt. These pulleys, not for the smooth rod, for the threaded rods, will be printed, but they will be printed on a very, very low speed to ensure accuracy, and they will have set screws, so it will not be a problem at all. I've done a few things like that before, and I've even printed these guys, and I printed these way too fast, and they still work just fine, so that won't be a worry. What will be a worry is the price, because I've added up the cart here for all the new parts I would need, and yikes, 62 bucks, plus tax, plus shipping. It's going to be about 80 bucks, maybe like 75. So the problem with that being it's more money and nobody wants to spend more, But the good news is, I'm thinking that I will be able to do the entire base, which is the entire printer, everything with no build platform, no end stops, no add-ons, will be about $300, which isn't really too bad considering it's a like a 90% metal with these plastic adapters. But I mean, keep in mind it's very sturdy plastic. Plus, the main parts will be reinforced. Like, I mean, up here, this will be reinforced with the brackets. Tons of brackets everywhere. Tons of brackets. So yeah, so $300 for the base upgrade. It will be $15 to add a half-inch acrylic bed. If you don't want the bed, you can reuse your MDF bed, or you can reuse the MDF bed with the heated bed, the basalt bed on it, because I'm going to make, since it's extrusions for the frame of this Z system, it will be adjustable mounting points, which will be very nice indeed. So yeah, $300 base, add 15 for the acrylic bed, add like, I don't know, $5 for the LEDs, $15 for end stops, although end stop mounts will be included no matter what. They will be built into the pieces, like right here there's 2 screw holes, although this is all going to change. And then I maybe will do a premium version, which will be all of the add-ons, of course, and it will also include frosted plexiglass paneling on the 2 sides and the back, and then the top part of the front, and then possibly the top, and then I might do even a mount to include a one of those control ramps, control panel things out in front, which would be cool. But the thing is, I'm trying to do this as cheaply as possible, so I'm really not considering that too much, but it's always an option. If I don't offer it, you guys can obviously do it yourself. It just requires essentially drilling and tapping these corner pieces and possibly a few plastic ones. I don't know exactly what yet, but I do know that it won't be too hard to find mounting points. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Because of all these guys and the fact that I have to reprint all of them, I do have to push back the estimated completion date. Also, the Z system is not helping with that. So I do expect to have this printer completely done, assembled, and printing at least decent quality prints by June 15th. I wish it was May 15th. So yeah, June 15th, you can look forward to this being done. That gives me about a little less than a month to finish, which I believe is plenty of time. I may even finish before that, but I don't want to get ahead of myself and I don't want to rush things. When the XY is done, that will be released to the public. When the Z system is done, that will be released. The final bill of materials will be released with all that, so you can, for those of you looking to build this on your own, you can go do so. It will cost about $215 to build this on your own. That's including printing all your own pieces, sourcing all the materials yourself, and machining the few parts that have to be drilled and cut and whatnot. So yeah, really the extra $75, it's not all profit to me. It is shipping costs, PayPal costs, and then a bit of profit, of course, for the time it takes to print all these guys. That's the main thing. And one final thing, I will probably be offering just the printed pieces for those of you who don't have a 3D printer yet and you want this to be your first one. I will be offering all the 3D printed pieces, and then I will also make a bill of materials for the extra components that you will need that if you don't already have the 2 up, you will have to get. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you're looking forward to this thing being done as much as I am. The XY with all this stuff was definitely a nice preview, but I'm hoping that over the next few days I'm able to get a very, very much, I lost my train of thought, a much better version of the X and Y that will look nicer, work nicer, be quieter, all that. So look out for that. I'll see you later.